between federal, state, and local agencies, advanced planning and preparation for events, clear leadership and accountability, additional assets like counter snipers, and mandatory pre-event meetings. The agency also saying it has implemented so far 21 of the 46 recommendations currently made by congressional oversight bodies.
And finally, now that President Trump's Big Beautiful Bill is a law, among other things, it will create school choice options for parents across the country.
Speaking to Fox News Channel, founder and CEO of the Center for Education Reform, Jeannie Allen, emphasized the need for school choice in America.
If you live in America and you have great public schools, let's say 30% of people, you don't have an issue. If you happen to live in a state where you have options because the states have given it to you and you can go to charters or private schools with money following you, great. The rest of us have to pay for it, and that hurts particularly middle class and poor students.
She also explained how exactly the new law will provide school choice to kids.
There is a $1,700 tax credit that is now available to individuals if they contribute to a scholarship granting organization. Now, the federal government has recognized the importance of education options for kids, and they're putting their skin in the game. And they're saying, if you and I contribute, Dana, to a scholarship organization, at the end of the year, we will get a dollar for dollar tax credit towards our taxes. And what that does is that actually creates a stockpile in school organizations giving scholarships to kids who need those choices to be able to grant them.
Allen went on to say that while critics argue the new law will gut public schools, this is a lie.
30 years ago, we wrote a report called 9 Lies About School Choice, and they're still there. We have to open up the floodgates for students to get educated.
I'm Reed Ritter.
More news online at afn.net and on the AFN mobile app. I'm Rusty Pugh.
If we lose this cultural war, we're going to have a hedonistic, humanistic society.
Discover the story of the culture warrior Don Wildmon and how he went head-to-head with Hollywood, Playboy, the homosexual agenda, and the Disney empire. The movement Don started paved the way for Christians to boldly stand for truth and righteousness in a hostile culture. Watch Culture Warrior today for free. Visit culturewarrior.movie.
This is Trivia Friday. The number to call with your question or your answer to a question is 888-589-8840.
What is the proper name of a hot dog?
Absolute delight.
It is an absolute delight.
But I'll give them an A+ for being able to eat ice cream with chopsticks. That's a real talent right there.
I stayed 5 hours at a Japanese restaurant one time trying to eat soup. Am I good? Now, welcome everybody to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. Thanks for listening to AFR. It is Trivia Friday. We also call this Learning University. Learning University is on the air. Your fine Institute of Higher Education. I'm Tim Wildmon with Ed Battagliano. Good morning, Ed.
Good morning, Tim.
Or Professor Ed, as I say. And Bert Harper. Good morning, Brother Bert.
Good morning. It's good to be with you guys again.
Well, Professor Bert, now you're official now, man. You fill in so much. Huh? You're one of
your regular staff.
Yeah,
you're one of the four.
It's amazing.
Pray for Brother J.J. Jasper. He's en route from Africa back to his home here in the U.S.
Right? From Kenya, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to Kenya to stopping in Germany for a little while, and then on to the U.S. and then home here in Mississippi. So, yeah,
that's a long trip. He went to get his daughter, who's been a missionary in Africa.
She's having to do some training here, so she had to come in. Originally, she wasn't going to come this week, but needed training.
Yeah,
and after a year, need more training, I guess. You know,
that's right.
Yeah, so pray for J.J. Jasper and his daughter Maddie as they're coming back to the U.S. Again, I'm Tim with Ed and Bert and Trivia Friday. What are we doing here, Brother Ed?
Well, I tell you, as you mentioned, we're educating our students, okay? We're making them smarter, betterer, and awesomer.
One question at a time.
One question at a time. That's right. Raising your IQ, folks, one question at a time. So the three of us will each ask 3 questions. Bert, how many questions is that total?
Let me see. 3, 1. Yeah, 9.
9 questions. So we invite you to call in, ask, answer, or do both. We like for you to do both simply because once we get you on here, we want to keep you as long as possible. Here's the number to call if you want to be on the show, 888-589-8840. Again, that's the number to call to be on this show.
Are they eligible?
Yeah. Anybody can call in, no matter how many times they've been on with us. No,
If they're how old now? How old? You got to be how old?
It's not true. You have to be 11 years old or older, and we do ask you to wait 2 months, 8 weeks. If you have been on the air with us before, please wait 8 weeks to call in. But the number to call on the program, if you meet those very few criteria, is 888-589-8840. Now, Brother Bert, one of those 9 questions, kind of special. What's
It's
up
a mystery question, and when that question is answered and it's correct, you'll hear this sound. And that means
the beloved cowbell.
Yeah, I love that sound. A lot
you-
of us here love that sound. I don't know about one of us, but
Well, I tolerate it, and
Well, if you hear that sound, you'll know that you will have won yourself a AFR ball cap, and we'll get that right in the mail to you, and get it on the way.
it's in
Here
our
it comes.
resource center. If you want one, don't take a chance. You can buy
Yes.
one too, can't
you
you?
go to resources.afa.net. That's resources.afa.net. You can take a look at it as well, and you can purchase one, or you can hopefully call in and answer the mystery question. And if you do it correctly, you'll win an AFR ball cap.
I got a question without an answer
Okay, all right.
that I'll just throw out there. Where does mail go? U.S. mail, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And this is not to disparage anyone who works for the mail service, okay? Because
Right.
every company in America has its weaknesses.
Yes.
I understand that.
Right.
However, I will say this, where do letters go that are mailed in May and are delivered in July?
Where does it go?
No, I want to go. Is there some kind of mail purgatory?
They got to work their way out of it,
That's
right?
what I'm saying. That letters have to go to,
And they sit there and wait.
and they sit there and wait. What does happen? You ever had this happen to you?
Oh yes, many times.
It's getting worse.
Go
ahead.
Which we talk about, when it's. I can't prove this. I guess
It's
what
hard
I'm saying.
hard to put into words.
It's hard to put into words. I can't prove this, but it seems to me like it is getting worse. Now, in defense of the U.S. Postal Service, they do deal with, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds of billions of pieces of mail every year. So I do want to say that, that they could get overloaded. I want to know what happens to emails when you delete them. Where do they go?
Well,
You delete an email, it's
I think
where is it?
Africa.
It goes to Africa.
That's what I was taught.
The dumping ground
Yeah.
of
No,
email.
I just wonder, do these letters sit in the bottom of a bin for 2 months? Oh, look what here.
Dead letter office,
found one.
man.
All right,
Listen,
here.
that is a good. That's
a question. I want to know the answer.
If some of our listeners are members of the Postal Service, we encourage you to let us know what happens to those letters after they've been mailed and where do they reside for the months before we receive them. And so
Don't give them my email.
comments at afa.net. Comments at afa.net.
There
we
you
would
go.
be
That's
interested.
what I'm talking about.
We would be interested in knowing
What
where
happens?
the mail sits.
What happens? What
I mean,
happens?
is it in a back of a
Right,
truck? Is
right,
it in someone's
right,
trunk?
right. I
Their
don't know.
closet? What?
Yeah.
Well, hey, there have been some ballots made that's in the back of people's trunks. That happened up in, was it Michigan or Wisconsin, somewhere up there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Minnesota.
we found
It was
a bunch
Minnesota, I
of
think.
voting ballots. Yeah.
Yeah, Shazam.
Found
Found them voting ballots after that. All right, go ahead, Ed. What
All
you
right,
got?
here are my 3 questions. First question. Which one of the Bill of Rights protects citizens' property by forbidding seizure for public use without just compensation? Which one? It's a little bit long, but you get the idea here. Which one of the Bill of Rights protects citizens' property by forbidding seizure for public use without just compensation? I'm looking for the number of the amendment. Second question. Actor Frank Sutton played what famous character on the popular 1960s CBS show Gomer Pyle, USMC? Tip of the hat to Sean, who sent this in. Actor Frank Sutton played what famous character on the popular 1960s CBS show Gomer Pyle, USMC? And then final question. The king cobra is not actually a cobra. Is that true or false? The king cobra is not actually a cobra. But is that true or false? That's what I've got.
Okay, here's my three. My Bible question, the Apostle Paul's occupation was a tent maker. There were two other people in the New Testament who were tent makers as well. Who are they? Who are they? And then this one, okay, I've debated whether to ask it, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. How many hairs does a person with a head full of hair lose in a day? Okay.
What now? What's that now?
How many hairs does a person with a head full of hair lose in a day?
That depends on how many teenagers they have.
Okay, here, well, I'm going to give a multiple choice on this one. It was 20, 40, or 60. It's one of those numbers, 20, 40, or 60.
And
How you can do this, after you shower, you look in the drain and take them out and count them. And that way you'll know. So you can take your shower and figure this out. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
There's some kind of psychological disorder name for that. if you take your hairs out of your drain and count them, you got some kind of serious issue going on there.
Maybe more than one serious issue.
One.
People who have no hair have fewer drain problems.
Is that true?
That's true. Okay. Okay. Here's the third question, Mayberry. What is the name of the drugstore in Mayberry where Ellie, the pharmacist, works? And matter of fact, I'll give a little hint. That was her last name as well. Okay, Ellie. Okay.
I know it.
Okay. Okay.
That's a good hint, though.
That's a good hint. That's my three.
All right. I'd like to have a baby boomer question. All right, here's the baby boomer question. And others may know the answer to this as well, but who was Popeye the Sailor Man's girlfriend? Who was Popeye the Sailor Man? Surprised you got it dated off. That stuttering problem.
I am who I am.
Anyway, so who was Popeye? All right, guys. Reel it in.
You started it.
I know I did.
Get me going down Popeye memory lane.
Who was Popeye the Sailor Man's best girl? Okay. All right. From the world of science comes this question. What is the process of liquid becoming a gas called? What is the process of a liquid becoming a gas called? There's a scientific name for that you should remember from your 6th grade biology class.
Science class.
A long time ago for some of us.
If you were paying attention.
Many hairs ago.
From the world of sports, I want to know the answer to this question. Baseball Hall of Famers Hank Aaron, Hammer and Hank, and Willie Mays, the Say Hey Kid, grew up in the same state. What state is that?
Good question.
Those are two of the top 10 names in all of baseball history.
Yeah.
Right there. Willie Mays and Hank Aaron. And they grew up in the same state.
Same state.
In the same era. They played high school against each other.
That's fascinating.
Yeah. What state was that? That's what I want to know.
You got questions from the world of cartoons.
I do.
The world of science and the world of sports.
The wide world.
Wide world of questions.
You just call me a Renaissance man.
Hey.
Huh? All right, let's go, Ed.
All right, okay. Let's go to North Carolina, and it's Todd. Thank you for calling, Todd.
Well, good morning, professors.
Good morning.
Hey,
Todd
Brother
from
Todd.
Seagrove.
All right. But probably Todd's won more than anybody else in trivia show history. The mystery question.
Maybe several histories.
Yeah.
But certainly Trivia Friday history.
All right, Todd. So you doing good, brother?
Doing fine.
Okay.
Just going through another summer here in North Carolina.
Yeah. What's it? You live on the? Do you live on the coast there?
No, I'm in central North Carolina.
Central. Oh, well, hot and humid, huh? Hot and muggy.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir. So anyway, Todd, go ahead. Ask or answer or both.
I'm going to do both, and I'm going to answer Ed's question about Frank Sutton.
All right, here's the question, Todd. Actor Frank Sutton played what famous character on the popular 1960s CBS show Gomer Pyle, USMC?
He played Sergeant Vince Carter.
That's right.
Now,
That's
he I think the anniversary.
Shazam! He got it.
Shazam! Yes, he got it. I saw the actor Frank Sutton's name pop up. It's the anniversary of his death. He passed away when he was 50 years old, pretty young. But he was actually an Army sergeant who served during World War II, actually 43 to 46, and was awarded the Bronze Star and Purple Heart for his service.
Go, man.
But he was in the Army. He played a Marine Corps drill instructor. He was gunnery sergeant.
Just a lovable character.
He's one of those actors who, when he acted angry, you believed it. You believed it.
Yeah.
So, hey,
how'd you know that, Todd?
Oh, I grew up with that show. I remember seeing that in its original run, so that's been a long time association.
Well, and sorry, Sergeant Carter, the dynamic there between those two characters was just hilarious because Powell was just so innocent he could never be offended by Sergeant Carter. Sergeant Carter would just be up in his face, all but cussing him out, and he just, yes sir, Sergeant Carter.
Yes, sir. and the Gomer Pyle character, I remember I have a friend who said this years ago. I never forgot it, but the character of Gomer Pyle was such that if you spit in his face, he would assume his eyebrows were on fire.
Well, my favorite line from Gomer Pyle, from his character, which was a line he repeated often, was I do like Shazam.
Okay.
Shazam. Yeah, I do like that one. But my favorite was shame, shame, shame.
That was back when TV characters had something.
Right.
A sense of
On the
shame.
Andrew Griffith show, you know, he kissed Thelma Lou.
Yeah.
And the way he said he had to marry her then.
Yes,
after
one kiss.
Okay. So
no, she kissed him.
She kissed him.
On the jaw.
Yeah, that's right.
On the jaw.
So she had to take the kiss back.
Yes. I remember that.
Yeah. All right, Todd,
Great
fire away, my friend. What do you got for us?
All right. Well, I have a Bible question for you. In the Bible, what is the other name that Mount Calvary is known by?
We're talking about
Golgotha.
Golgotha.
Place of the skull.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's right for us. Yes, the place of the skull. And I will say this, and many of our listeners have been to the Holy Land. You can go there to the place of the skull, or Golgotha, what is traditionally or thought of as, and then they describe it, and it looks still today. There was a skull up until about 7 or 8 years ago when an ice storm caused the nose feature on the skull to collapse. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it doesn't exactly look like it did for centuries.
Yeah.
But yeah, and now so that's, it's not definitive, but
right.
They make a good case that
it
that
sure
is,
looks like it.
Yes, that is the place.
And the Protestants and the Catholics disagree about the location.
Right, we're right.
But
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I love Catholics, but we're right on that one.
But I have been to the Holy Land, and this was before.
I was going to say that. I'm sorry to be interrupted.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say. Yeah, in November, it will be 30 years ago since the first and only time that I went to Israel.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, you know how special it is to go there. But anyway, Brother Todd, thanks. Good to hear your voice, and we'll see you again in a few weeks. Thank you, my friend.
8 weeks.
Okay.
So you're listening to Trivia Friday, also known as Learning University on American Family Radio. Go ahead, Bert.
Okay, Tom from Mississippi. Thank you, Tom, for calling.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay. I see that you were left over. So,
From
man,
2
that's
weeks ago.
2 weeks. That's a long time to hang on.
Yes. Our faithful
That's what
listeners.
people keep saying.
Okay. Would you want to answer, ask, or both?
I'll try both.
Okay. Which question do you want to answer?
The one about Popeye the sailor.
Okay, Tom. Here's the question I have. Who was Popeye the Sailor Man's girlfriend?
Olive oil.
Olive oil.
Olive oil.
And Tom, for an AFR ball cap.
Oh.
Okay. I'm going to send you an AFR ball cap if you can spell olive oil in one try.
The way they spelled it, right?
Oh, the way they spell it.
Oh, for the character.
Yes, the character's name.
Let's see. I'll take a stab. I think it's ARLEVEALL.
No, I think you're doing Wheel of Fortune right there, Brother Tom. No, this is the way you spell it is OLIVE, olive, like everybody.
Right.
But oil, for olive oil, the character is OYL.
Yes,
O-Y-L.
O-Y-L.
I thought I remembered that. That's
But
it.
anyway, good way
right.
to go, Tom. Olive oil is she was Popeye the Sailor Man's girlfriend for sure.
What's your question for us, Tom?
Okay. What is Louisiana's state bird?
Surely it's the pelican.
I'm gonna go pelican.
Yeah, I'm going to go with these guys.
Pelican.
That's the name of the basketball team anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pelican.
Pelican, Tom?
Brown pelican.
All right.
Hey, way to go.
The pelican of color. That's what you're saying, Tom. Is that what you're saying?
Pelicans, they seem like real sweet little birds, but they are voracious eaters. I saw a video once where this pelican at this public park was just scooping up baby ducks, ducklings, eating it. And all these kids are horrified because they think a pelican's a sweet little bird. They're just scooping them up and just swallowing them whole. And these kids are screaming.
The rest of the story about pelicans.
So the brown pelican is the state bird of the state of Louisiana. Okay. Good to know.
Okay, way to go.
Yep.
Okay, thank you,
Thank
Tom.
you, Tom. Appreciate it very much.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay, thank you. Love y'all.
Thank you, brother. Did
Thank
you know, guys, that back to Popeye for just a minute, that cartoon character, Olive Oil, was first introduced in 1919 for a comic strip called Thimble Theater, and then the strip was later renamed Popeye.
Yeah.
After the sailor character became the most popular member of the cast. So that
okay. So Popeye was not the main character when the
Not at
comic strip
first.
started. That's
Right.
interesting.
The spinach finally came out, guys. It had to win.
Right. The Popeye took over, and Olive Oil became the main character. Her boyfriend. Her girlfriend.
Can I just do a little quick little story?
Yeah.
So on Saturday mornings, a lot of mornings, my dad would wrestle with me. Okay. So I'd jump in the bed and, we had time to get up and I'd wrestle and I would be Popeye. Most of the time I'd be Popeye and we'd wrestle and then I would eat my spinach like Popeye did. And then he would let me pin him. Okay. And then it was over and it was time to eat breakfast. But one time I ate my spinach and my dad just pinned me. And I said, but I ate my spinach. And he said, I don't care. Anyway, it was funny to me.
All right. Back to the phones.
Okay, let's go to North Carolina. Rick, thank you for calling.
Well, good morning, learned professors. How are y'all doing on this fine Friday morning?
Hey, Brother Rick. Very nice to hear from you, and we're doing well. Thank you for asking.
I think so, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Where do you live in North Carolina?
Jacksonville, North Carolina, the proud home of Camp Lejeune, North Carolina.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yes. A lot of great Americans.
We got a lot of listeners that's around these Army camps, and therefore it's great.
Yep. So, absolutely, Rick. Well, ask, answer, or both?
Well, I think I'd like to do both, if I could, please.
Okay. Which question do you want to answer?
I think I'm going to go with the drugstore on the Andy Griffith Show.
Okay,
all
here
right.
it is. Are you an Andy Griffith Show fan?
For many, many years.
Okay, well, I think you'll know
I was
this.
much younger, and even now I watch a lot of it on the syndicated stations and networks. So yeah.
Amen.
It's been a part of my life for quite a few of my 68 years.
Amen. Well, here's the question. What is the name of the drugstore in Mayberry where Ellie, the pharmacist, worked?
That would be Walker's Drugstore.
Woo, way to go, way to go.
Walker's Drugstore.
That was her uncle that owned it, and she came to be the pharmacist there. And that was Andy's first girlfriend.
Yes.
And
I remember the episode where she ran for mayor.
Mayor, yeah. Or councilwoman or mayor.
Councilwoman, that's what it was.
Yeah, yeah.
Ellie Walker. That was the cheer.
Way to go. Well, you got your question for us, Rick?
Yes, I do, and I got this one. I wrote this one down for Brother Tim because I know he's big into government and American history.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the only person to have served as a United States president and Chief Justice of the Supreme Court?
Taft comes to mind.
That's who it is.
William Taft.
William.
Is that right? Is that right, Rick?
sorry?
William Taft?
You're exactly right.
Hey, way to go. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine in
Good
one
job.
lifetime serving as both Chief Justice of the Supreme Court and President of the United States? And when you go to your class reunion,
Yes.
I mean,
he was also first baseman for the New York Yankees
Yeah.
for a while. You know, so
class reunion, you're going like, what do you do?
Would
Whatever became of you?
What'd you spend your life doing?
Hey, Rick, thanks for calling, buddy. Appreciate it very much. We're going to take a short time out right here, and we'll be back with more of Trivia Friday on American Family Radio.
It's my turn.
Here is your host for My Turn, Don Wildmon.
Some time ago in Brentwood, New York, Ms. Raymond Bates found her two youngest children, Deborah and Andrew, eating tranquilizer pills. Knowing the seriousness of this, she immediately asked their older brother, Timothy, if he had eaten any of the pills. He said that he had not. Ms. Bates rushed the children to the hospital, and Deborah, age 2, and Andrew, 4, both had their stomachs pumped. Timothy, denying that he had eaten any of the pills, did not have his stomach pumped. It was a crucial situation for Ms. Bates, for the pills that the children had eaten could have very easily killed them. It was of utmost importance that she be told the truth by her children. To have lied in a situation like that could have meant death for any of them. You know, there are many situations like that in life. Several times our physical life depends on whether or not we're willing to tell the truth, face the facts. Failure to do so will often mean death or serious injury. But deeper than this is the fact that we must be willing to tell the truth about our intangible being also. And here is where most of us are willing to try to get by on a half-truth, sometimes even a flat lie. We haven't been honest with ourselves here. We've told ourselves that everything is okay, it'll work out all right. So we've gone on ignoring our inner being, pretending that there will be a time to take care of that. We've even built up a conception that there's a great Santa Claus in the sky who will bring us all everything we need at the right time. We've lied to ourselves in telling ourselves that we have no obligation any higher than ourselves. We have fooled ourselves into thinking that if there is life after death, everybody will enjoy it equally and not just a pious few. When I break a bone and it needs setting, I don't dare fool myself into thinking that it'll be all right if I left it alone and everything will work out okay by itself. If I have cancer, I don't go around telling people that there's a great fairyland cancer doctor who will cure me. When I had my heart attack, I didn't ask for a knife that I could operate on myself. No. And all of these things I told myself, and I tell myself, the truth, that I need help from beyond myself, from someone whose business it is to help in those situations. To do less in the spiritual realm would be equally as foolish. Don't make the mistake with your spiritual life that Timothy Bates made with his physical life. When Ms. Bates went to check on the children the next morning, Deborah and Andrew, who had their stomachs pumped, were fine. Timothy, age 8, was dead. Honesty is the best policy in all matters.
This has been My Turn with Don Wildmon, a production of the American Family Association.
In Him, we were also chosen, having been predestined according to the plan of Him who works out everything in conformity with the purpose of His will. Ephesians 1:11.
American Family Radio.
I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm strong to the finish 'cause I eat me spinach. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm one of gazookas which hates all palookas, but hates honey up and square. My biffs and I bops them and
That
always
is
outrun them, but none of them.
You're listening there to Frank Sinatra's version of Popeye the Sailor Man. What a range that guy had.
Yes, I guess so. And I'll tell you, it was a supreme disappointment in life after being real young and watching Popeye the Sailor to taste actual spinach. Good grief.
Kids don't like spinach. I like it sauteed.
Well, I will eat it sauteed, and I'll eat it raw in
Put some
in
olive
salad.
oil on it.
Some olive oil.
You see what I did there?
Yeah. No, I see it.
That was so bad it was good.
And it goes good with hamburgers.
Hamburgers.
What was that
Oh,
guy's?
Wimpy.
Wimpy, yeah.
Wimpy. I'll gladly pay you for a hamburger on Monday. To pay you on Tuesday.
Trivia Friday it is on American Family Radio. Tim, Ed, and Bert, we thank you for listening to AFR and also for just tuning into Trivia Friday, also known as
Learning University.
Learning University is on the air. We're going to go back to our calls, but before we do, we need to reset our questions, fellas.
Yeah, and I'll have to add one. No problem there. I got plenty. First question, which one of the Bill of Rights protects citizens' property by forbidding the government from seizing for public use without just compensation? I'm looking for the number of the amendment.
Oh, yeah, because I think most of us know what that phrase is associated with that, but you're asking for
the actual number, the amendment in the Bill of Rights.
And that amendment in the Bill of Rights is just for that purpose?
No, there are some other things too as well. Okay. All right, second question. The king cobra is not actually a cobra. But is that true or false?
Nothing's real in this world anymore.
but it is a king, right? It may not be, but it is a king no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
you know what I mean here.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
I just.
And then final question. Now, this is pretty easy, but, you got to throw some easy ones in.
Yeah, throw them some softballs.
Who is famous for saying, everyone complains about the weather, but nobody does anything about it? Who is famous for saying, everyone complains about the weather, but nobody does anything about it?
That's good.
Okay, I'm adding one. The Apostle Paul, this is not the one I'm adding, but this is the Bible question. The Apostle Paul's occupation was a tent maker. What other two people in the New Testament were tent makers as well? You'll find that. They are there. And then here is the second one that I wanted to add. How many hairs does a person with a head full of hair lose in a day? 20, 40, or 60? It is one of those numbers, close to it, rounded off. It could go either way, one or two.
Yeah.
And then the third question is true or false. John Quincy Adams, he was president, had a pet alligator that he kept in the White House bathtub. Is that true or false?
What, repeat that one again?
Okay. Yeah. President John Quincy Adams had a pet alligator that he kept in a White House bathtub. Can you imagine? True or false? If that's true, can you imagine going to the bathtub and finding it?
I think that precedes the Secret Service. I don't think that they didn't sign up for that one. Sir, we'll protect you from would-be assassins, but
we're not messing with the alligator.
We ain't messing with no alligators. Okay. All right. So here are my two questions that have gone unanswered. Number one, Baseball Hall of Famers Hammer and Hank Aaron and Willie Say Hey Kid Mays, the Say Hey Kid, they both grew up in the same state. They played high school against each other, and then both obviously had legendary professional baseball careers. Household names they are. What state did they grow up and play ball against each other?
I don't know the answer to that. That's a great question.
My second question is, again, from the world of science, and that is this. What is the process of a liquid becoming a gas called? What is that called? So there you go. Ed, let's go back to the phone.
All right, Brother Bert's our
Okay, let's
MC?
go.
Yeah, MC today.
Let's go to Ohio. Ron, thank you for calling.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, you're on, man. What part of Ohio are you calling from?
I'm from Steubenville, Ohio, which is near Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah, and you guys, that's the home of Dean Martin.
Up
Steubenville?
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Every June we have the Dean Martin Festival.
How do you know this kind of stuff, Tim?
I read a lot.
Really? Okay. All right.
I am an avid reader and have been my whole life. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'll read the news every day, and and also pop culture, sports, whatever. So anyway,
that's
hey,
phenomenal.
To be a leader, you got to be a reader.
Also, I've been to Steubenville, and there's a sign.
Okay.
And I remembered it. Home of Dean Martin.
Okay. Hey, Ron, you want to ask, answer, or both?
I would like to do both.
Which question you want to ask?
Bert, I would like to answer your question about the tent makers.
Okay, here it is. You ready? Here it is.
Yep.
The Apostle Paul's occupation was a tent maker. What other two people in the New Testament were tent makers as well?
Priscilla and Aquila.
Woo, that is right. Way to go.
Wait, what is that noise?
Hey,
What was that sound?
You know what that means, Ron?
I guess that means I'm going to get a ball cap.
That's right. So you want to hang on, man. Yeah.
So you
I'm
can
happy.
You can wear that to your to the Buckeyes start playing. Then you only switch over probably.
Or you can wear it to the festival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AFR ball cap, it is a very nice one. We didn't go cheap on these.
No.
And
That's awesome. Hey, Ron, did you just know that off the top of your head, or did you have to look it up?
No, I did not have to look it up. I read the Bible every day in the morning and at the night, and I knew that answer.
Way to go. You find it in Acts 18. Now, they're mentioned about three other places, but in Acts 18, verses 2 and 3, it says they, like Paul, did this. They were bivocational, just like Paul was. Okay. Great.
Praise the Lord.
Yes. Well, Ron, what's your question for us?
Well, esteemed professors, I have a classical music question for you, and it is this. How many symphonies did Mozart write?
How many symphonies did Mozart write? I'm the worst one to ask for
did
this
you
kind
not
of thing.
say from 1 to 10?
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh,
okay. Wait. All right, hang on a second, Ron.
I know Beethoven's fifth.
How do we know this is not like a trick question? And he didn't actually write like a symphony. He wrote other things.
Oh, man. Okay. Hey, he's laughing.
I'm going to say zero.
Laughing.
I'm going to say 0.
Okay.
But you guys can guess if you want. I mean,
5. Since Beethoven did 5, I thought Mozart would do as good as he.
Symphonies? I've never heard of Mozart symphonies, but you know.
Well,
go ahead. I'm going to say 0.
I'm a classical music teacher, so I kind of have an advantage here.
Yeah. What's the answer?
The answer is 41.
40.
I
You
was
were way off.
I was
You
way
were way
off.
My 5 was closer than your
That's
0.
why Ron was laughing, because I said, well, I thought maybe it was some kind of trick question, that it wasn't quite called a symphony, but
Hey,
41, that's insane.
When did Mozart?
41.
Mozart. When did he live?
Mozart lived from 1756 to 1791. He died at the age of 35.
But he wrote 41 symphonies. Did he start
Yeah.
writing them, Ron, when he was like a kid or something? Was he one of those prodigals?
Yeah, a child prodigy.
Prodigy.
Not a prodigal. I didn't want to correct you right there.
Well, yeah, okay.
I was waiting, man.
Prodigy, yes. I walked into that one. That was pretty bad.
That was a good one, though.
Yeah, he had an older
He may have been
brother,
a
so
prodigal.
he was a prodigal.
Oh, we know.
Okay, that. All right. How young was he?
He started writing simple piano pieces when he was 5 years old. And I think it was by the time that he was 10 to 12 when he wrote his first symphony.
Okay.
That's
just
insane.
Absolutely amazing.
I try not to apply pressure to my grandchildren, but I'm going to share this story with them.
Yes.
Because, just because you're young doesn't mean you can't achieve world history dominance.
Yes.
In the world of music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just because you're a child doesn't mean you can't become a prodigy.
300 years from now, they need to be talking about what you did.
Yes.
Maybe they'll know the difference in prodigal and prodigy.
Yes,
We're praying
that would be a good start.
That would be a good start.
We don't want any of your grandkids to become prodigals, but prodigies. That's.
Hey, what about Beethoven? When did he live?
Beethoven lived from 1770 to 1827. He died at age 57, and he wrote 9 symphonies.
So Beethoven, you're saying, was after Mozart?
Yes.
And what nationalities were they?
Well, Mozart lived and worked in the country of Austria, and Beethoven was in Germany.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Well, that part of the world has produced some pretty significant history.
When did they hire him to write the introduction to the Lone Ranger?
Oh. All right.
All right.
Time to go,
Ron, hang on. We're going to put you on hold. And
Alrighty.
Cindy Roberts will get your information, and we will get that cap in the mail to you. We have no idea when you'll actually get it. So if you heard our earlier discussions. Hey, Ron, we do appreciate you calling in, and you dropped some good knowledge on our listeners. So
Learning, we call it.
Learning, absolutely. So
thank
good
you.
on you, brother.
All right, you're listening to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. Tim, Ed, and Bert here. If you want to send us an email, the address is comments@afr.net,
AFA.net. Comments@afa.net. Right? It doesn't matter? Okay. Never mind. I'm sorry. I'm just being a prodigal today. Comments@afa.net or comments@afr.net.
Doesn't matter.
Obviously, I'm not a prodigy.
I've been saying comments@afr.net forever.
Oh,
here,
okay.
so, yeah,
I'm just going by the page that they have here.
Anyway, send us an email. It doesn't matter. It'll never get here anyway, probably. So.
Lost in space.
All right, let's repeat our questions, guys, real quick.
All right, here are my 3 questions. Which one of the Bill of Rights, I'm looking for the number of the amendment, protects citizens' property by forbidding seizure for public use without just compensation? Second question, it's a true-false. The king cobra is not actually a cobra, but is that true or false? And then final question, who is famous for saying, everyone complains about the weather, but nobody does anything about it?
Okay, here's 2 questions. This is one original, what has not been answered. How many hairs does a person with a head full of hair lose in a day? I'm giving you a multiple choice, 20, 40, or 60. That's rounded off a little bit. And then this one, true or false? President John Quincy Adams had a pet alligator that he kept in a White House bathtub. Is that true or false?
All right, my 2 questions. Baseball Hall of Famers Hank Aaron and Willie Mays grew up in the same state and played high school ball against each other. What state were these fellas from? And number 2, what is the process of a liquid becoming a gas called? What's the scientific name for that? Go ahead, Ed.
Okay, let's go to Mississippi. Beverly, thank you for calling.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Doing well. What part of Mississippi are you from, Beverly?
Oh, good. The thriving metropolis of Wiggins.
Oh, yeah. South Mississippi.
Stone County.
Yes.
Way down south.
Yeah,
Yes,
it is.
sir.
Well, do you want to answer, ask,
Yes,
or
sir.
both?
Do both.
Okay, which question you want to answer?
Well, I'm so mad because they got the hat because I was going to answer that one about the tent maker, but I will do the hairs.
Okay, here it is. How many hairs does a person with a head full of hair lose in a day? 20, 40, or 60?
I'm going to say 60.
Woo, way to go.
Is that right? 60?
It's between 50 and 100. That is it.
Yeah.
So I put the other 2 below.
I believe it.
It was just too many, but that is what they're saying for the person who has hair.
Wow, that's a lot of hair.
Yeah. Now,
I
for the
believe
person who doesn't have hair,
Yeah, but
Obviously, they're not losing
they're
any.
not losing.
If you're losing 60 a day, you're going to switch categories pretty quick. I'm going to tell you right now, huh?
Yeah.
That's almost alarming.
It is, man. Listen, it is. But that's
somebody had to count those.
They had to count.
Somebody had to.
I've got this book, and somebody gave me after I started, being a visiting professor here.
Yes.
A book on unusual facts.
Yeah.
And so I went through that, and I thought, well,
That's the question you picked. Yeah.
I don't know why, Tim.
Well, Bert is such a prodigal.
Right.
Okay. Hey, Beverly, what's your question for us?
Yeah, I had 4 girls.
Oh,
so,
me.
Yeah, they
Listen.
lost a lot of hair.
Yeah. Did you know men's hair grow faster than women's hair?
You keep using up questions
I
that you
know,
could use
but
next
this
time.
is, hey, with that new
I didn't know
book, I
that.
got plenty of questions. Okay, Beverly, go right ahead with your question for us.
This is a very sensitive subject matter for me and has been for 30 years. So I'd appreciate it if we'd move on.
Move on.
Yeah.
Move on to
Okay.
Beverly's question.
Reason I wear a hat.
Okay. What is the hurdy-gurdy?
It's like a hokey pokey, I think, isn't it?
The hurdy-gurdy.
They do it out in Asia. It's like the Asian version of the hokey pokey.
Isn't the hurdy-gurdy like when you overextend yourself and pull a muscle real bad?
Oh, my Lanta.
Oh, my Lanta.
Oh, my Lanta. Is that, wait a minute now. So the question is, what is a or what is the hurdy-gurdy?
What is a hurdy-gurdy?
I've heard this expression,
Hurdy?
but it's been
Hurdy-gurdies.
an age.
You're so funny.
What? A hurdy-gurdy?
Hurdy-gurdy.
I don't.
It's just funny to say, isn't it, Beverly?
I think she's going verbal snipe hunting with us right here.
No, I
Yeah.
have heard this.
Yeah.
I've heard this before.
What is the hurdy? No, what is a hurdy-gurdy?
What is a hurdy-gurdy?
Hey, I'm anxious to find out.
Y'all didn't like my joke
Yeah,
about if you pull a muscle real bad, you have to
we
get
did that. That
surgery.
was
Oh, you
funny.
got it.
It hurt. It hurt.
If you do the hurdy-gurdy, you need to turn yourself about. I know that right now.
Don't stick your foot in.
Yeah. All right. We don't know. We don't know. It sounds painful.
Okay, you're gonna die because it came up on my Bing yesterday on my computer. It is a unique string instrument that is kind of like a violin, but it's short and squatty, and it's hand cranked by a wheel that rubs against the strings, similar to a violin. Does on a bow, violin bow.
Who
work.
in the world would give it that name?
Right. It's from the medieval period.
All right, maybe I have not heard of it because that is just
Yeah.
nowhere. That's nowhere near where I was thinking. A hurdy-gurdy.
There's a video game named hurdy-gurdy.
Since
I'm looking at it right now. I googled it.
There's a hat.
Yeah, the hurdy-gurdy, also known as the wheel.
How do you spell that? Is it H-E-R?
H-U-R-D-Y.
No, sir. H-U-R-D-Y.
Oh, D-Y.
G-U-R-D-Y.
Also known as the wheel fiddle.
H-U.
Hurdy-gurdy instrument.
There is a string instrument that produces sound by turning a crank, like she said.
This is Learning University,
I'm
guys.
looking at it. Wow, that's
rosin wheel around the strings.
That is.
It sounds like to me it's cheating though. Huh? You got some kind of You got some kind of a wheel fiddle?
That's like a player piano.
So what
that
do you
just
do?
doesn't count.
Is a string instrument produced sound by turning a crank to rub a
Now,
rosin
okay,
wheel.
so Beverly, so how did you come up with this question? You said this popped up on a search that you were doing on Bing?
Yeah, no, every morning on my computer it pops up a different location around the world, a picture of it.
Yeah.
And if you hit it, it describes it and then asks you questions and everything, and that was one of them.
I believe I would look up hurdy-gurdy. I believe I'd have followed through with that as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're never going to get this one.
No, you're right.
Yeah, but that's a good question.
That was
We've
not
had
where I was thinking.
We've had music questions today from,
Yeah, I know.
from medieval time periods.
That's where Beethoven learned it, I bet. on
playing
the
the
hurdy-gurdy.
hurdy-gurdy.
Yeah, playing the hurdy-gurdy.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Who's it?
Okay. Thank you so much. Let's go to Kansas and talk to Joyce. Joyce, thank you for calling.
Hi.
Hi. Yes,
Hi, Joyce.
Hi.
Where do you live in Kansas?
I live in Abilene.
Abilene,
wow,
Kansas.
Man. Western town for sure. That is
Hey.
it.
Well, it's not way west. It's about 2 hours, 2.5 hours west of Kansas City.
From Mississippi, it's west, Joy. We just want you to know that's west.
Past Salina, right?
It's 20 miles west of Salina.
Okay.
20 miles east of Salina.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, east.
We go west. We go west to get to Salina. So
All right.
20 miles.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, ask, answer, or both?
Both.
Okay. Which one you want to answer?
I'll answer the question about the Bill of Rights.
Okay, here's the question, Joyce. Which one of the Bill of Rights protects citizens' property by forbidding seizure for public use without just compensation?
That would be the Fourth Amendment.
No, ma'am.
No?
I mean, no, it's not the fourth. So I can't give you any more hints than that because
Yeah.
Now you got to remember, Ed's a prodigy, so he knows.
Well, I'm
he
not
knows
a prodigy
that.
today.
Pretty plain, isn't it?
Huh?
I mean, it's
Yeah.
not any question about it, right?
No.
It's
I
not the
thought-
fourth.
Yeah, good try.
Good try, Joyce. Thank you for calling.
Well, she's
She's
got a question for us.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay. My question is, there was a presidential couple who, during their lifetime, they exchanged over 1,100 letters with each other. Who was that?
It had to be
presidential
John
couple?
and Abigail
Okay,
Adams.
I'm gonna. Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because they were apart. He had to go all over, and she was running the farm.
I
running
was
the
first
family.
going to say Ronald Reagan and Nancy, but I think you're right because Ronald Reagan and Nancy probably weren't apart as much as John and Abigail. What do you think, Tim?
I just know that's a lot of pressure on a man. I just, you know what I'm. Oh, she wrote me another letter. Now I got to write back again.
write another.
I don't have anything left to say. Hey, honey, I went fishing today. Goodbye.
They didn't say how long they were.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
know.
That is
All right,
true.
we're going to go with Brother Bert's answer. Is he right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Ah,
It was
Brother
John and
Bert.
Abigail
You sound
Adams.
disappointed.
Yeah. John and Abigail. No, John and Abigail Adams.
They say she was one of the most influential women
Right.
of the founding fathers, that she really communicated with him some great information about founding our country.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Even more influential than the lady who invented all those snack cakes, Dolly Madison.
Yeah. We didn't say which one had a lasting influence.
Yes.
We just talked about the recent those times. Hey, Joyce, thank you for calling. Amen.
Yeah, she has one other thing.
Go ahead, Joyce.
I thought that the answer was to the question was the Fourth Amendment, because the Fourth Amendment says it protects people from unreasonable search and seizures. That's why I thought it was the Fourth. Maybe I didn't understand the question.
This is seizure for public use without just compensation. Just a little bit different emphasis. But,
close, but no.
But thank you for being a student of the Constitution. Okay. So, thank you, Joyce.
Okay.
All right. Well, why don't we maybe reset our questions one last time before the 5-minute break, top of the hour. Here are I'm sitting on these three, have not had anybody really, except for Joyce here, on this top one. Which one of the Bill of Rights protects citizens' property by forbidding the government's seizure for public use without just compensation? Second question, the king cobra is not actually a cobra, but is that true or is it false? And then third question, I thought this one would be pretty easy and pretty quickly answered, but it's got some staying power. Who is famous for saying, everyone complains about the weather, but nobody does anything about it?
Okay, here's I'm going to add one because I've had them answered. This one is true or false. President John Quincy Adams had a pet alligator that he kept in a White House bathtub. And this what crossbreed dog was made to be a hypoallergenic guide dog for a blind woman.
All right.
That's a crossbreed.
What do you got, Tim?
My questions are, and so we're going to come back and go right to calls.
Yeah.
Okay. Baseball Hall of Famers Hank Aaron and Willie Mays grew up together. Well, not in the same town necessarily, but they grew up in the same state. And what state is that? Hank Aaron and Willie Mays, two legendary names from the world of baseball, Major League Baseball. And then my second question was, what is the process of a liquid becoming a gas called? What's the name of that? We'll be back in just a few minutes.
The views and opinions expressed in this broadcast may not necessarily reflect those of the American Family Association or American Family Radio.
Faith, family, freedom. American Family Radio.
The enemy has pulled out all the stops to try to destroy the family for a very long time. That's why the American Family Association stands boldly in the gap to protect and strengthen this God-breathed institution. Visit AFA.net today and discover the resources available for you and your family. And if you would, please take a minute to show your support. That's AFA.net.
This is American Family Radio, a listener-supported ministry of the American Family Association.
American Family News, I'm Rusty Pugh. ICE conducting a raid at a pair of California marijuana farms. Jackie Heinrich explains from the White House.
DHS says it is investigating whether those 10 children found at the marijuana farm in California were being exploited, and also whether the 8 unaccompanied minors were potentially trafficked, and also raised concerns that this bill that Democrats are promoting, which would ban ICE agents and federal immigration officers from concealing their identities in most operations, would place those law enforcement officials in danger. But California Democratic Senator Alex Padilla is defending his proposal that would mandate ICE wear visible identification and ban them from concealing their faces, posting to X, "In a democracy, no one should have to guess if they're being handcuffed by real law enforcement or armed imposters."
A group of state lawmakers were denied access to the newly built migrant detention center in the Florida Everglades. Now they are taking legal action against Governor Ron DeSantis, accusing him of overstepping his power. Governor DeSantis says this facility helps achieve what taxpayers voted for.
Alligator Alcatraz is going to enhance the ability of the federal government to do more deportations of illegal aliens. And that's what people want to see. That's what a lot of us voted for. And that's what the rule of law calls for.
Relief organizations are finally making it into the flood zone in central Texas and reporting back the need is tremendous. Steve Jordahl reports.
Relief groups like 8 Days of Hope had been chomping at the bit to start working in Kerr County where the floods hit a couple of weeks ago, but local authorities asked them to hold back so they didn't get in the way of the search for survivors. 8-Day President Steve Tiber says they've finally made it to the banks of the Guadalupe River.
We have deployed our Rapid Response Division, our heavy equipment from backhoes to bobcats, bulldozers, lift trucks. We'll be going into Kerr County to clear off some of the debris along the banks.
He says they're working at the direction of local authorities, not directly involved with recovery efforts, but clearing the way as the search for more than 150 missing continues. He says the heartbreak is everywhere.
Everyone knows somebody that is missing or a loved one that has gone through, just the worst phone call that you can get. This is the perfect time for the church to be there for people who are hurting that might not know Jesus.
Convoy of Hope is on the ground there too. Vice President Stacy Lamb says they're helping first responders and other victims of the flood.
Just get emergency supplies in the field as soon as possible. Food, water, hygiene kits, baby care items, even cleaning supplies.
He too has never seen this much heartbreak up close.
The weightiness, the heaviness of what they're doing, even though it is primarily a recovery effort at this point, unfortunately, it still weighs on them heavily.
I'm Steve Jordahl.
Thousands of conservative young people are gathering in Tampa, Florida this weekend for the annual Turning Point USA Student Action Summit. Charlie Kirk is the head of the organization.
This remnant that we are building with younger voters is one of the most important generational investments because, we could talk about one big, beautiful bill and all the stuff on Capitol Hill, but what happens on college campuses doesn't stay on college campuses. It will grow into corporate life. It will grow into the halls of Congress. And what Turning Point USA is doing here this weekend in Tampa, Florida, I believe will help make sure America remains free and strong for generations to come.
Speakers at the summit include Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth and Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem. Two rival car makers who were recently in talks to merge may be working together because of tariffs.
Honda could be making cars or trucks at a Nissan plant in the U.S. Reuters says Nissan Motor is in talks with Honda about manufacturing Honda pickups at Nissan's Canton plant in Mississippi, which currently makes the Frontier. The plant has excess capacity, and producing the trucks in the U.S. would avoid tariffs. Both automakers are facing challenges, including rising competition from Chinese automakers, in addition to ongoing U.S.-Japan trade talks over tariffs. Though Nissan isn't offering any details about the Mississippi plant talks, it says it continues to work on projects with Honda but won't comment on speculation. Ginny Cosola, Fox News.
For American Family News, I'm Rusty Q.
Hello, my name is Andy Miller, and I'm the president of Wesley Biblical Seminary based in Ridgeland, Mississippi. We are developing trusted leaders for faithful churches, and we do that based in the authority of Scripture and in the reality that Christians can be transformed. We do that also through bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees. We'd love for you to learn more about Wesley Biblical Seminary at wbs.edu, where we're developing trusted leaders for faithful churches.
This is Trivia Friday. The number to call with your question or your answer to a question is 888-589-8840. Now, back to more Trivia Friday.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. What's today? July the what?
11th.
2025. Tim, Bert, and Ed. And before we get back to the calls, I got a phone call during the break from I don't know if anybody knows this fella. His last name is Risk.
Risk.
Yeah.
Risk.
First name it's unusual. It's Spam.
Yes.
Spam Risk.
He calls me pretty frequently.
Mr. Spam Risk.
Yeah.
Calling.
Yeah.
Doesn't say where.
Well, go ahead. I know the guy. Go ahead and answer him.
Yeah, right. Say goodbye to your money, Mr. Spam Risk.
We have a deal for you.
Yeah, yeah. So this guy keeps calling me, leaving me a voicemail. It's a robocall.
Yeah.
And like once a day now.
Yeah.
And he wants me to. I've been pre-approved for a loan.
Oh, hey,
man.
good for
Are you having to
A
pay
loan
any-
I never applied for.
Have you ever had to pay your college loans back? Has that ever come across?
Well, also,
man.
Also, I haven't been to a toll bridge in a long time.
Yeah.
Or a toll, but they keep wanting me to pay a late toll fee.
Yes.
You too?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And it's usually from a state where I've been. And I'm going, how do they know that I was in Texas?
They.
Whoever they are.
All right, back to the phones. Let's go back to the phones, Bert.
Let's go to Iowa and talk to Debbie. Debbie, thank you for calling.
Yes, good morning, esteemed professors.
Yes, what
Thank
part
you,
of
Debbie.
Iowa, Debbie?
10 miles from the Mississippi, so central eastern Iowa.
Okay, great.
In rural Lomar.
Oh, wow. Well, do you want to answer, ask, or both?
Both, please.
Okay, which question do you want to answer?
The liquid water turning to gas, to a vapor.
Yes, okay. It's from science class. Everybody should remember this. Yeah. And who am I talking to there?
This is Debbie.
Debbie's going to answer this. What is the process, Debbie, of a liquid becoming a gas? What is that called?
Evaporation. When liquid water turns to vapor gas.
Yes.
Well, good
now,
work.
I have. She said evaporate, which is true, same thing. But my word was vaporization.
Yep.
Vaporization.
Yeah, vaporization.
Yeah, but we do say evaporate.
Right.
Yeah.
Evaporate. But
Evaporation.
Well, in fact, in honor of J.J. Jasper, let me just say and use one of his jokes.
Okay.
That it's been so hot that out at the local zoo, one of the water buffalo evaporated. So
I've heard that before, but still.
Perfect timing,
yeah.
JJ. Hey.
I pulled a JJ by using the Rolodex, his Rolodex, but I didn't give him credit. So
Yeah, good word. Hey, Debbie. Yeah, you got a question for us?
Yes, I do. Okay, on that same, here's a word, same science idea, is the
Oh.
word evapotranspiration. What does that mean?
Transpiration. Okay,
Transpiration.
we're going to talk amongst ourselves, Debbie. We're going to kick some ideas around, so don't say yes or no or right or wrong. Isn't that like what sweating is, guys? Like you sweat, and the sweat dries. Because that's what it sounds like, evapoperspiration.
Yeah, it does. It sounds like water, Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I think that's a good deal.
You got a guess?
That sounds good to me.
All right, we're going to go with like when you sweat and your sweat dries.
Well, I'm going to give you half credit because, and I'm a retired teacher, so half credit counts.
Oh, yes.
This is a reference, and we live in Iowa, so I live right in the middle of a cornfield. And here's the other part of that question is how many gallons per day do you guess that one acre of corn evapotranspires, or it's called corn sweat is what they call it. But how many gallons per day does 1 acre give off?
Oh, an acre.
I don't know. Wow, that's
in the peak growing season. Now in the winter, of course, none. But in the peak growing season, how many gallons of water per day does 1 acre of corn give off?
Somebody from
evapotranspiration.
Somebody from Iowa ought to know that. I guarantee you.
Well,
it's corn.
first, Debbie, you're going to have to tell us. But first, I want to say that you must have been a very kind teacher to give us half credit on the guess that we had. So you must be trying to get me into C territory with a couple of extra credit points.
She's grading on a curve.
She's grading on a curve. All right, you're going to have to tell us the answer to that. That's a fascinating question.
Let me ask you this though: is this when you hear the ears? I mean, when
corn
you
grow?
Yeah,
yes, you can hear them grow too.
Okay, we've heard of that phenomenon.
What?
Yeah, you can hear
you
it.
You can hear it grow.
Yeah.
You guys are just messing with the city boy.
Yeah.
You're messing with the city boy. I don't believe this. You can hear corn grow.
Have you never seen Field of Dreams?
That is
I have seen Field
That
of
is
Dreams.
true.
Is that true, Miss Debbie? I'll
That
believe
is
you.
True. Yes, we hear our corn growing. It's out there. It's about 12 feet tall right now. It's 11.
Man.
Yeah, you can hear it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm learning a bunch today. It's tough being a
But
prodigal.
Her question is, we don't know the answer.
We don't know.
We don't know.
You said plural, so it's got to be a bunch.
Yes, it is 3,000. It's kind of amazing. 3,000 to 4,000 gallons per day for 1 acre. Now we're talking. So it's very humid here in Iowa. Sitting in this cornfield, we're all sweating, but the corn does sweat too.
Wow.
That's
amazing.
That's
That
incredible.
is amazing.
All right.
Way to go. Way to
Thank
go,
you.
Debbie.
Thank you, Debbie.
Yeah, well-
That was some. I'm sorry. Did you have anything else that you wanted to add?
I was just going to say that would rival any Louisiana community that you have.
All right.
Thank you, Debbie. Appreciate that.
Okay.
We love our teachers.
We do. Let's go to Ohio, and it's Caleb. Caleb, thank you for calling.
Hi.
Hi,
Thank
Caleb.
you for having me.
Yeah. Listen, that's one of my favorite names. He's my favorite character in the Old Testament. And one of my grandsons is named Caleb, and he's 12. He's just 1 year older than you. But you want to ask or both, Caleb?
Both.
Okay. Which question you want to answer?
I'm going to answer the question about the Baseball Hall of Fame.
All right. Tim?
All right, this is the question Caleb's going to answer for us. Two gentlemen who are deceased, but they are in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Hammer and Hank Aaron and Willie Mays, the Say Hey Kid. They grew up. Obviously, they were very popular players in the 50s and 60s and 70s. They grew up in the same state and at the same time. And I want to know what state that was, Caleb.
Was it Alabama?
Alabama.
Yes, it
yeah.
was. Way to go.
Yeah, I read about this. This is amazing. You go to Birmingham. They've got a big mural downtown of Willie Mays. He grew up in the Birmingham area, and then Hank Aaron's from Mobile.
Oh,
and he's kind of their favorite son as far as baseball goes. But just amazing that these two guys who are. I don't think there's any argument. Both those names are top 10. Baseball. Royalty, right? And so, how did you know that, Caleb?
My dad told me.
Way to go, Dad.
Yeah.
Hey, fathers know best. I've heard that before.
Yeah. There are two other names that aren't as big as those names who are also from Alabama because I was reading about those baseball players in history. Willie McCovey.
Oh, yeah, from the Giants.
From the Giants. Everybody, you follow baseball, you know that name.
Yeah.
And then Satchel Paige was also from
pitcher?
He was I think
I did not know about Satchel
from
Paige.
Mobile.
Wow.
Satchel Paige, he was a dominant
Who did he pitch
in the
for?
Negro Leagues prior to integrate. Well, I don't even think we had integration you did have integration in pro baseball when he came along. I think he was 42 years old when he pitched his first Major League Baseball game. I'm talking about integrated.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing those baseball players would come out of Alabama, the football, that's something. That is amazing. Way to go, Caleb.
Baseball was America's sport, though, for a
is.
long time. Okay, go ahead. What?
Now it's hockey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. All right, Caleb, what's your question for us?
Can you name me the 3 United States Virgin Islands?
I can. I think. Spoke to St. Thomas is one, right?
Yep.
St. John's, I think, is like British. St. John's is not one. Is that right?
Nope.
Okay, so I got 2 more left. The U.S. Virgin Islands.
That was right.
No, he said St. John is right, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to switch my answer then. Okay, I'm just going to back up a little bit.
It has to be another one of the apostles, Thomas and
St. Thomas, St. John, and St. Kitts.
Nope.
One more.
I don't know. You guys know?
I have no idea.
Anybody been on Caribbean cruises? They probably know the answer to this.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. What's the answer?
St. Croix.
St.
Oh,
Croix.
St. Croix.
Croix.
St. Croix. Yeah, what did St. Croix do? What made him famous?
St. Croix.
They do?
Yeah.
Caleb, thank you, man.
So I don't know.
That's great.
What did St. Croix do? Do you know what he did, Caleb?
No, but my dad says it means the cross.
The cross, yeah.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Like Christopher Columbus did when he
Okay.
discovered the Bahamas, Well, he discovered the Bahamas. For the Western,
right,
for the New World,
Yes.
the New World. All right, thank you, Caleb.
That was
Appreciate it,
great.
brother.
Great. Appreciate it.
Excellent work, both you and your dad.
So, yeah, that's those islands are way down there, and they got you got to go to Cuba, take a left, and you got to keep going for about 5 more hours. I've never been, but I've read about it because Alice and I have considered going there.
Yeah.
On a trip, but it's fun to read about. But it's a long way from.
I'm just going to say, the idea of cruises. I've never been on a cruise because they just don't appeal to me.
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys ever been
I'd
on a
rather
cruise?
fly there and visit
Yes,
the island.
I'd rather be walk. I don't want to be on a boat with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
If they're drinking and getting sick and all that. Nah, I'd just rather go someplace where my wife and I can go to a restaurant and not be going.
The one that interests me is the Alaskan cruise. That would because you would go up and hit the ports and not get too far off. But anyway, that's it.
I digress.
Okay, yes, we do. Let's go to Indiana. Kyle, thank you for calling.
Well, good morning, professors.
Good morning. We just got to ask you, what part of Indiana?
I'm calling from Lafayette, Indiana, right across the river from Purdue University.
Well, in Mississippi, it's Lafayette. And
it's
in
pronounced
Louisiana,
like 3
it's
different-
Lafayette.
Lafayette.
Spelled the same way,
Right.
man. That's
Right.
it. That's it. Hey, Kyle, you want to answer or ask or both?
I'll do both, please.
Which question you want to answer?
I'll take a shot at Ed's Bill of Rights question.
All right, here, Kyle, here's the question once more. Which one of the Bill of Rights protects citizens' property by forbidding the government to seize it for public use without just compensation?
Well, I actually thought it was the fourth at first until I listened a little more carefully. I think it's the fifth.
It is. It's
amendment.
the Fifth Amendment. That is correct. Which
He
also,
took the fifth. He
yes,
took the fifth.
You can also it also protects you against self-incrimination. Like some of these amendments, the first included, there are several rights that are protected, but it is the Fifth Amendment, and so well done, Kyle.
Is that also I learned that as eminent domain. Was it the eminent domain?
Eminent
clause?
domain is the legal principle involved. I do not think, I could be wrong here, I don't think eminent domain actually appears in the amendment, but when people talk about the government and eminent domain, that is the principle that they're discussing, the one from the Fifth Amendment.
I got you.
Way to go, Kyle. Hey, do you have a question for us?
I did. Actually, my dad, he's been listening even longer than I have. He's had a question teed up for years, and I'm going to let him ask it.
Okay. Hey, we got to find out Kyle's dad's name. What? Tell me your name.
I'm Bruce.
Hey,
All right,
Bruce.
Okay, Bruce.
Way to go, Bruce. Go ahead.
And let me backtrack 1 second here too. I've worked on cruise ships years ago in the 1980s, so I highly recommend a cruise.
Oh, you
even though
do?
You might be uncomfortable, especially to Alaska, like Bert wants to go.
Oh, all right.
That's it.
Well, Bruce. I mean, do you have any ins in the in the cruise industry? A name we need to call?
No, I've been out since 1990. Although I've been on some cruises as a passenger with my wife. So
okay.
Anyway.
So where did you work? The Caribbean, or where did you work?
Caribbean, Alaska, Panama Canal several times.
Okay.
A couple of cruises over in the Baltic.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Now that sounds that
would be okay.
Yeah. Those European river cruises that we get the brochures in the mail.
They look great.
Oh man,
those look good.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
All
well,
right.
here's my question,
Yeah.
so we can get on with it here. A long, long time ago, at the bottom of the hour, you played the theme from the Green Hornet, the TV show. My question is, Who played trumpet on that? I'll give you multiple choice in alphabetical order by first name. Was it Al Hirt, Doc Severinsen, or Herb Alpert?
I don't know, but it was the Tijuana Brass.
That's Herb Alpert, yeah, the Tijuana Brass. My parents had a couple of albums from and I grew up listening to Herb Alpert.
I'm gonna say Doc Severinsen.
Yeah.
You can say Doc Severinsen?
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's our answer. What is it?
Okay, it was Al Hirt.
Al Hirt. Okay,
that is a great theme song for a TV show, and that's some fine work with the trumpet.
Yes. It was
you have any backstory on that?
No, I grew up listening to it. I have the album, The Horn Meets the Hornet, and I practiced it several times. Anyway.
Yeah.
Man. Who needs a trumpet when you do it that way?
All right. Look, going to make an executive decision here, Bruce. You and Kyle just seem to need to each have a ball cap from AFR. I mean, you guys tag teamed here on the program, so I'm going to put you guys on hold. Cindy Roberts will get your information, and we'll send you a couple ball caps. How's that sound?
That sounds fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Wear them with pride.
We're meeting you sometime. We're planning a trip, father-son trip down there to see you sometime.
Oh, well,
hey,
bring
we'd love
the
to have you.
Yeah, I'd love to have you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, Bruce, going to put you on hold. Great participation here on Trivia Friday. Is a great question.
Going to get participation hats, okay?
Get participation hats. Everyone gets a trophy. Well, almost.
Yeah.
So
you're listening to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio, also known as Learning University. Last time, repeat our questions last time. No need to add any new ones.
All right. I have 2 questions remaining. The king cobra is not actually a cobra. But is that true or false? And then my last question, who is famous for saying everyone complains about the weather, but nobody does anything about it?
Okay, mine. John Quincy Adams, president, had a alligator that he kept in a White House bathtub. Is that true or false? And then what crossbreed dog was made to be hypoallergenic guide dog for a blind woman? What crossbreed dog was made to be a hypoallergenic guide dog for a blind woman?
All right, my lone question that remains. Wait a minute. I'm out. I'm good.
Oh, you out of questions?
Yeah. Should I ask another one or no?
No. I think you're probably. I'd save it for next week.
Okay. Right. Hey, George.
In fact, you can go to the house if you want.
Thank you. Thank you. See you later. See you guys later. See you Monday.
Hey, George, you got to answer one of the questions of 4 questions. That's limited. But George, thank you for calling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Which question you want to tackle?
Well, I guess the one about the king cobra.
All right, here's the question. The king cobra is not actually a cobra. Is that true or false, George? What say you?
That's actually false.
Okay, who said true in the background?
Got a little house divided right there.
Oh, man.
Whoever that was has the answer correct. It is true. The king cobra is not actually a cobra. It belongs to a different genus than true cobras, but it gets its name because it eats cobras as well as other snakes.
Okay, king, therefore. Okay.
That's correct.
My wife answered that.
We would get half a credit, according to the teacher from Iowa, on that one, king. Part of it. That'd be right.
That's right. I knew when I heard a lady's voice in the background that the wife is always right.
Yes, dear.
You're right.
Yes, dear.
Can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know he was doing this. I walked in, but I had actually looked it up. And when I read that king cobra eats all other snakes and even other cobras, immediately the thought came to me that when Moses threw his staff down, it became a snake or a serpent. And the magicians of the Pharaoh threw theirs down, that Moses' snake actually ate the other snakes and swallowed them up, so they must have been king cobras.
Yeah, well, could be. Excellent.
Makes sense.
Good.
Is that the snake they use in the movie, 10 Commandments?
I would think that the king cobra, because if you look at the headdress that all the Egyptians wore, even
Yeah.
when they wrote inside those caves.
That's true.
They had a flared
Yeah, the
head,
hood.
a flared cobra.
Yeah, that
So
is correct.
That's a snake or a cobra, king cobra, a reptile of Egypt.
George, you need to listen to your wife.
Yeah, it looks like your wife's done some thinking about this.
I think you're right.
Hey, George, do you have a question for us?
Well, I'll give you a choice between two questions.
Go right ahead.
One's a baseball question, and one's a capital city of the world question.
Tim, as your areas, which one?
I can answer either one of those.
Go baseball. Since we did Hammer and Hank and Say Hey Willie, go ahead.
All right. What was the first professional baseball team to have 10 paid players?
To have 10 paid players.
Well, you wouldn't be a professional baseball team if you didn't have players that you paid. Okay.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
George, what does your wife think about this?
She don't know this.
Okay, listen. Don't say anything, George. But guys, the most famous baseball team in the world is the New York Yankees.
Yeah, I'm gonna got that.
The earlier one was the Cincinnati Redlegs. You know, they were pretty stout early
Chicago
on.
White Sox.
Yeah.
Let's all pick one.
I'm gonna go Cincinnati Reds.
I'll go with Chicago White Sox.
I'll say New York
Yankees. All right. Anybody got it right, George?
Well, it's actually the Cincinnati Red Stockings.
Red Stockings.
Way to go, Bert.
Yeah.
So they were the first team to pay 10 players.
In the 1860s. I'm not sure the exact date, but
Wow.
I think it was between 1864 to 7, something like that.
We're out of time. What's your question? Your capital question, real quick.
Oh, okay. What city in Kentucky is known as between 1939 and 1941 was known as the strawberry capital of the world?
I don't know.
Frankfurt. Since Frankfurt, Germany, and you got a Frankfurt, Kentucky.
Yeah, we are out of time.
Yeah,
We got to give
What's the
answers
answer?
to our questions. What's the answer, George?
Paducah, Kentucky.
Okay.
George,
All
thanks
right,
to you
thank
and your
you.
wife.
Sorry, we got to rush. Go ahead.
Who's famous for saying everyone complains about the weather, but
Yogi
nobody
Berra.
Mark Twain.
Mark Twain.
Okay.
Sound like something Yogi Berra would say.
It
doesn't
does.
It is true, according to legend, that John Quincy Adams kept an alligator in a bathtub in the White House, and the guide dog, hypoallergenic, developed Labradoodle.
Labradoodle.
Labradoodle. Yep. Labradoodle. That's
An
my
alligator in the bathtub.
Now that may be more of a
Yeah.
legend.
Yeah.
Some say it wasn't true, but others say yes, it was.
All
I
right.
saw it.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you for listening to American Family Radio.